All right, everybody. Welcome to the Week 8 review show, Week 9 preview show. And before I start with the picks, I want a couple of important announcements. Number one, trade deadline is 1 week from this Thursday. So November 12th at noon or 11:59 a.m. is the last moment where you can accept a trade. So you have a week and a bit to make your last minute trades if you're in a position for a playoff spot, which means you're at 500 or better. You can improve your team by making trades, and you have 1 week to do that. All right. Number two, we got the idiot move of the week. We have someone who has trouble with the mobile app and they dropped a player. And of course, he called me with his mistake, and the commissioner added it back to his roster spot. Don't fumble with your thumbs. Make sure you know how to use the site. All right. Last week in my picks, I went 1-5, which brings my season total to 27 correct, 21 incorrect picks. And we'll start with the first matchup. Your commish, the pork chop, scored 156.9, losing to Team Fitzgerald. That essentially puts me out of the playoffs at 2-6 is my record. Fitzy got a 46-point performance from Drew Brees, and that helped him. He also lost Steve Smith Sr. for the year due to injury, so another injury. Let's see, when did he draft him? Drafted him in round 5, yeah. So he's gone due to injury. Tough break, Team Fitzgerald. All right, Thunderclap with 127.4 points, loses to Cheeseburger Walrus with 141.2. Cheeseburger Walrus with a monster performance from Odell Beckham Jr., 39 points. I didn't have any Giants or Saints on my team, so that's why I lost my matchup. Thunderclap in a losing effort got Tom Brady with a 30-point performance. Next matchup, Team Chen gets the win over Half Blind, 165.5 to 157.1. In a losing effort, Eli Manning with a 38-point performance. Now, Team Chin didn't have any 30-point performance in his victories, but he did lose for the season Le'Veon Bell, the number 2 pick overall, his first-round pick, gone for the season. And he also lost Matt Forte, bell cow running back, for a couple of weeks anyways. So Team Chen suffered major injuries. He lost Arian Foster for the season, so that's 3 running backs lost. So it's not looking good for him. Next matchup is Looney Tunes with the lowest score of the week, 71.8, versus Team Aussie, who got a 30-point performance from Carson Palmer. He finished with a score of 108.5. Hot Air beat Chicago Turnips in what was essentially the last play of the Monday Night Football game. 145.1 to 139.2. So a very close matchup. And if that game ended in regulation, Chicago Turnips likely wins that game, but it goes to overtime and Hot Air wins. Over the Hill with the highest score of the week, 178.7. Defeats Izzy, gives Izzy the first loss of the season. He's now 7-1. So Izzy can shut up about being undefeated now. Good job, Izzy, who got a 30-point performance from Julio. And that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. Your commissioner, after week 8, is in sole possession of last place. That tiara is all but mine. That said, I'm looking, maybe I could make some moves, some trades before the deadline. It's not a fire sale. I still want to win the trade. So it's not a keeper league. I just don't want to finish in dead last. All right. Now the week 9 preview. Pork Chops is not having it any easier facing Izzy, who wants to avenge the loss, right? Izzy's favored. I pick Izzy to win, which would put me mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, uh, which is a sad state of affairs. And still, with the loss, the number one contender to wear a tiara and be a pretty, pretty girl. If we have a draft at a bar like the Palisade or Buffalo Wild Wings, like I plan to, I'm going to be walking around that bar with a sash and tiara. Quite embarrassing. Bring your camera phones, everybody. It's going to be something. I definitely want to avoid that. The next matchup is Cheeseburger Walrus against Half Blind. Amazingly, Half Blind is favored in this, but I'm going for the upset. I'm picking Cheeseburger to win. What else can I say? Team Chin versus Thunderclap. Picking Team Chin with the win here. Despite being crippled with injuries, Thunderclap has bye week issues. I mean, he's in bye week hell, basically. So I think Team Chin will win that one. Aussie versus Hot Air. A father-son matchup. And I'm predicting Hot Air to win. This matchup I'm looking at very closely. Ozzy's got some bye week issues. He better put a legit lineup out there. That's all I got to say. I know he's been managing his team, but I want to make sure he has a legit lineup up there. I'm very worried about that. So both of you, Hot Air and Ozzy, make sure you fill those roster spots. Don't have any empty spots. All right, Chicago Turnips versus Over the Hill. I'm picking the upset. I'm picking the Chicago Turnips to beat his uncle Over the Hill. There's been a couple of uncle-nephew matchups in the season. Ozzy played Looney Tunes, I guess. If they have played, that's an uncle-nephew matchup. And this one is Spencer and Rick, uncle-nephew matchup. Lots of trash talk. And the final matchup of the week is Team Fitzgerald against Team Looney Tunes. Fitzgerald lost yet another player to injury. I think Looney Tunes healthy and on fire. Looney Tunes with the victory. So that's it for my predictions this week. The playoffs are shaping up. The family division is the only division with 3 teams at 500 or above. Only one losing record in the family division belonging to yours truly. Every other division has at least 2 losing records. And I mean, the Friends division is just brutal. There's 3 teams at 3-5, right? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Anyway, enjoy your week, guys. Don't forget about the trade deadline. With all these injuries, I expect a lot of action on the waiver wire. I have no fab money left, so I mean, I have $3. What am I going to bid? Who am I going to get? But get those replacements on the waiver wire, guys. An exciting season. I'm cheering from the sidelines for you. Good luck to everyone.